Welcome to Top Rare Coins, your ultimate destination for discovering the hidden treasures of history. On this channel, we explore some of the most fascinating and valuable old coins from the United States. From rare pennies and silver dollars to historic coins worth thousands of dollars, each piece has a story waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or just curious about coins you might have lying around, this channel will guide you through the world of rare US coins, helping you valuable finds and learn what makes them so special. Don't forget to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets behind America's rarest coins. Here is a professional, Akashak, engaging, long-form YouTube script, ek do shune words, for your video on the Uniso Sarsat Liberty 1 cent, no mint mark. Title: The 1967 Liberty 1 cent that could be worth over $1.2 million. Ladies and gentlemen, coin collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters, welcome back to the channel where we uncover hidden fortunes in the smallest pieces of metal. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious and talked about coins in American numismatic history, the 1967 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary penny, something you might ignore, toss aside, or spend without a second thought. But what if I told you that this tiny coin could be worth over $1.2 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, potentially worth more than a luxury car, a house, or even a lifetime of savings for many people. So let's explore what makes this coin so incredibly special, why collectors are willing to pay such astonishing prices, and how you might be able to identify one in your own collection. To truly understand the value of the 1967 Liberty 1 cent, we need to step back into history. The year 1967 was a unique time for US coin production. Due to a coin shortage in the United States during the mid-1960s, the government made a critical decision. From 1965 to 1967, all US coins were produced without mint marks. This was done to discourage collectors from hoarding coins and to increase circulation. That means that technically, every 1967 penny does not carry a mint mark. So you might be wondering, if all of them are missing mint marks, why is this particular coin so valuable? The answer lies in rare variations, errors, and exceptional conditions. Most 1967 pennies are extremely common and worth only a few cents. However, there are a few extremely rare examples that stand out due to unique characteristics. These include special strike coins, rare minting errors, and coins preserved in near-perfect condition. One of the most valuable versions of the 1967 Liberty 1 cent is believed to be a special mint set coin, often referred to as SMS. These coins were not released for everyday circulation. Instead, they were specially struck with higher quality finishes and sharper details. Now imagine this, a 1967 penny that not only belongs to this rare category but also has a flawless or near-perfect grade. That is where the value skyrockets. Grading plays a massive role in determining a coin's worth. Professional grading services evaluate coins based on their condition, luster, strike quality, and overall preservation. Coins graded at the highest levels, like MS67, MS68, or higher, are extremely rare. And when you combine rarity with perfection, you get value. Massive value. In some cases, collectors have speculated that a perfect or near-perfect 1967 Liberty 1 cent with exceptional features could reach values close to or even exceeding $1.2 million in private sales or high-end auctions. Now let's talk about the design of this iconic coin. On the obverse side, you will find the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history. His portrait has been featured on the 1 cent coin since 1909. Above his head, you'll see the word Liberty, and to the right, the year 1967. On the reverse side, the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of strength and unity. This design was used from 1959 until 2008, making it one of the... Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in American numismatic history, the 1980 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. Welcome back to Top Rare Coins, where we uncover hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. If you love rare coins, valuable finds, and the thrill of discovery, make sure you stay till the end of this video, because this coin might already be in your pocket. Let's begin. The 1980 Lincoln cent, often called the Liberty 1 cent, is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series first introduced in 1909. These coins feature the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Millions of these pennies were produced in 1980, making them extremely common, at least at first glance. But here's where things get interesting. Most coins minted in the United States carry a small mint mark that indicates where they were produced. In 1980, pennies were struck at multiple mint facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Denver carry a D mint mark, while those from Philadelphia typically had no mint mark at that time. So you might be thinking, wait, if Philadelphia coins had no mint mark, then what makes this coin special? Great question. While it's true that Philadelphia coins from 1980 were struck without mint marks, there are extremely rare variations and error coins among them that make certain examples incredibly valuable. These rare pieces are not just ordinary no mint mark coins. They possess unique characteristics that set them apart from the billions of others. One of the most sought-after features collectors look for is a minting error. These errors can occur during the coin production process and may include off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchets, or unusual surface textures. In the case of the 1980 Liberty 1 cent, some rare specimens exhibit extraordinary anomalies that dramatically increase their value. For example, certain coins show strong doubling in the lettering or date. Others may have been struck on the wrong metal composition or display unusual coloration due to improper alloy mixing. There are even cases where coins appear almost flawless, in near-perfect condition, which is extremely rare for a penny that has likely circulated for decades. Condition plays a huge role in value. Coins are graded on a scale, with higher grades indicating better preservation. A coin graded mint state 65 or higher can be worth significantly more than a circulated coin. Now imagine combining a high-grade condition with a rare minting error. That's where the value skyrockets. Some collectors and auction records have reported exceptional 1980 no-mint mark pennies reaching astonishing prices. While most are worth just a few cents, rare error versions or pristine uncirculated examples have been valued in the thousands. And in extremely rare cases, speculative values have reached up to $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we are diving into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in modern American history. A coin that looks completely ordinary at first glance, yet has shocked collectors with its unbelievable value. We are talking about the 1983 Lincoln 1 cent, often referred to as the Liberty 1 cent, and specifically the version that appears to have no mint mark. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand. You might think it is worth just 1 cent. But what if that same coin could be worth thousands, or even over $1 million depending on its condition and rarity? Sounds unbelievable, right? But in the world of rare coin collecting, stories like this are very real. Let's start by understanding the background. The year 1983 was a major transition period for United States pennies. Before 1982, pennies were primarily made of copper. However, due to rising copper prices, the US Mint changed the composition to zinc with a thin copper coating. By 1983, almost all pennies were produced using this new zinc composition. Now here is where things get interesting. A small number of 1983 pennies were mistakenly struck using the old copper planchets. These coins are extremely rare because they were never supposed to exist. And when you combine that error with certain minting characteristics, such as the absence of a visible mint mark, you get a coin that collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for. Typically, coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint either had no mint mark or later included a small P mark depending on the year. In 1983, most pennies did not display a mint mark, which can confuse beginners. But the real value lies not just in the missing mint mark, but in the material and the minting error. So how do you identify this rare coin? Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 1986 Lincoln 1 cent coin. At first glance, it seems like just another common penny. But under the right conditions, and with the right details, this small copper coin could become something collectors are willing to pay serious money for. Let's uncover the truth behind the 1986 penny, what makes certain versions special, and how you can tell if you might have a hidden gem. The 1986 Lincoln cent features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, a design that has been part of American coinage since 1909. On the reverse side, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design used from 1959 until 2008. This makes the 1986 penny part of a long-running and widely collected series. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most 1986 pennies were minted in huge quantities. In fact, billions were produced. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint do not carry a mint mark, while coins from Denver display a small D. Because of this, finding a 1986 penny without a mint mark is actually very common. It simply means it was made in Philadelphia. So why are people talking about this coin? Today's video is going to blow your mind, because we are diving into a mysterious and highly talked about coin, the 1991 Lincoln 1 cent, often linked with the idea of a missing mint mark, and rumors that some of these coins could be worth a fortune. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand, something most people ignore, toss aside, or leave forgotten in a drawer. Now imagine that same penny being worth thousands, or even sparking claims of values reaching into the hundreds of thousands or more. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly why collectors around the world are paying close attention to coins like the 1991 Lincoln cent. Let's break this down step by step so you understand what makes this coin so interesting. The Lincoln cent series has been one of the most iconic coin designs in United States history. First introduced in 1909, it features President Abraham Lincoln on the front, making it one of the longest-running coin designs ever produced. Over the decades, billions of these pennies have been minted, but only a small number gains serious value, and that usually comes down to rarity, condition, and mint errors. Now here's where things get interesting. Today, we are diving into a coin that many people overlook, yet it sparks curiosity across collectors and beginners alike. The 1995 Lincoln 1 cent coin with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin might seem ordinary. You've probably seen it hundreds of times, maybe even have one sitting in your pocket right now. But what if I told you that some versions of this coin can actually carry surprising value? And more importantly, how do you know if yours is one of them? Let's break it down. The 1995 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln penny series, first introduced in 1909. On the front, you'll see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most iconic designs in U.S. coin history. On the reverse, for this year, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was used from 1959 until 2008. Now here's where things get interesting. Many people think that a missing mint mark automatically means a coin is rare or valuable. But in the case of the 1995 penny, that's not true. Coins produced in Philadelphia during that time typically did not include a mint mark. So if your 1995 penny has no mint mark, it simply means it was made in Philadelphia. Nothing unusual there. So why all the hype? Because within this common coin, there are a few special varieties and conditions that can make a real difference in value.